Let's give you a pull. Finally, guys, I'm so excited. 2018 Jaguar F-Type SVR. That is the top trim of the Jag F-Type, powered by a 5-liter supercharged V8, making 567 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque, and that's tuned for 25 more horsepower than the F-Type R, which is one level below this. Now, the F-Type R comes in all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. The F-Type SVR is only rear-wheel drive and only with an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission. Also comes with an eLSD standard. We have this wing, which is how you know. It's actually an active wing, goes up and down as you drive. That's how you know it's the SVR. We've got titanium exhaust, forged wheels, and this is optioned with the carbon ceramic brakes, which adds, I think it's around $12,000. The MSRP on this thing was around $140-ish. That's insane. Current market value is about half that, around $75K is what the owner bought it for. He's now also trying to sell it for about $75,000. But keep in mind, this one is pretty optioned out, so SVRs would also have lower MSRP without things like carbon ceramic brakes, something closer to $125, $130K. Getting into the interior, first time in any F-Type, and it's actually giving me some Aston Martin vibes. Similar to the V8 Vantage, you have this really sloped section here. I love how the vents here are motorized. We have a few different modes here. Up would be for snow, ice, rain. Down for setting it back to normal, and then down for dynamic mode. We're gonna put traction off, get this bad boy into drive. Oh, the engine is of course the centerpiece here. With dynamic mode, we have engaged the adaptive dampers in their stiffer setting. We have double wishbone in all 4 corners. And we're weighing in around 3,800 pounds. Now, the ZF 8-speed here, it doesn't feel quite as sharp as what we see in BMW. Now, I'm wondering if this is an earlier unit, if they've made some adjustments since then, or if it's just primarily the tuning that Jaguar did with this engine. Now, because of that all-wheel drive system, you really have to manhandle it to get any kind of playfulness from it, get it to wiggle around underneath you. It's, of course, a rear-wheel drive-based all-wheel drive system, so, again, you can get it to play, get a little bit of rotation and such. But for the most part, it actually leans more in the direction of being stable, being more planted. And the first thing this makes me think of is the V8 Vantage. Not only does the interior look like it, but it's a very similar vibe. British sports car with a bit of GT flair. Amazing V8 engine. Steering here is E-Pass, electrically power assisted. Nowhere near as good as that V8 Vantage. It's lacking feel. The weighting is okay, maybe a touch on the light side. Speed of the rack is fine, and the accuracy is okay. Let's give you a pull. Really slow with the downshifts. Gotta love those pops and bangs. Now, the car also feels pretty heavy, and it almost feels like it has a higher center of gravity. There's this weird floatiness. With the adaptive dampers in their sportier setting, it's decently stiff. But there's this weird unsettled floatiness still, even though it is stiff. It feels like it has a higher center of gravity. Overall, it's not managing its weight that well. When you compare it to something like a modern BMW M3 or M4 that weighs at a very similar point, almost just sub 4,000, those feel far more dynamic and planted. had to work for that though. A little bit of rotation there too. I am very curious to drive a rear-wheel drive F-Type and see how that compares. You save some weight. It's of course going to be far more tail-happy than an all-wheel drive version like this. And also V8 versus V6. They actually both sound great, with the V6 having a bit more weight savings as well. Upshifts are a lot faster than the downshifts. I'm actually not really having much issue with the upshifts when I'm on throttle. It's just the downshifts. Even when you get on the brakes, you can feel that heft. The whole car dives a bit. It's actually surprising to me that this car costs quite a bit more than a V8 Vantage. Granted, with the V8 Vantage, you want the 4.7, not the 4.3. And especially, I think it's 2012 Plus where they made some additional chassis tuning differences, but this would still be valued higher than that. I would go with the V8 Vantage personally, but this is the rare top trim version of the F-Type, and the first gen F-Type looks so much better than the second gen F-Type. Classic and timeless. It's almost like you take the V8 Vantage and you make it more in the direction of, it's almost like more Americanized. If you think about American muscle cars or American, just a lot of the mentality behind some American cars, not all, but bigger engine, you know, more powerful engine here, really even louder than the V8 Vantage, and not as dynamically crisp and dynamically competent. Still has the vibes though. Great vibes. I love British cars overall because they have such emotionality, they have such passion behind them, and you can feel that. I think with Japanese and British cars you get that quite a bit. And let's give you a pull. Dude, this thing is a rocket. And with that all-wheel drive, it puts the power down with no drama. I overall love British cars and Japanese cars because you can feel the passion there. You can feel the emotionality, how much the people working on the car love driving, right? German cars, I think, like Porsches as an example, you only get that at the top trim, the GTs. Lower trim, they feel a little bit more numb and clinical. But from my experience, a lot of Japanese, British cars, that emotion comes through. And for me, especially British cars, I have a Lotus Emira, as many of you know. The V8 Vantage really speaks to me. I want to get one of those in the future as well. The Jaguar here too, it speaks to me much more than, let's say, a similar recipe from many American manufacturers. And I think a big part of that is just those little details, the vibe, the nuances, the character that they inject into a vehicle. First time behind an F-Type, and definitely not going to forget this. I love even the seats here, right? This diamond pattern, it just looks so opulent and decadent. It's sporty yet also luxurious. The carbon fiber, the way the vents come up. My friends, if you have a Jag F-Type that is rear-wheel drive, either the V6 or the V8, that you want me to review, visit us on jabalandcars.com, fill out the form on the homepage. Big thanks to the owner, Sam, for letting me review his F-Type SVR, and big thanks to Fenton's son from the Zygon YouTube channel for making this review possible. Much love, my friends, and I'll see you all in that next one.